Great to have you part of the conversation. Geoff, as we get ready for this to opening trade right now, it's indicating a little bit above $86 a share. What's the significance of this for this era of tech innovation?
I think it's hugely significant. I mean, this is really the first technology IPO in quite some time that the public's been able to tangibly use in the real world, tangibly feel in the real world. Lyft is just such a well-known brand. It's a product that such a large portion of the population in the U.S. and Canada uses that I think it really ushers in a new era where there's a lot more tangibility to technology in everyday life.
And you were literally, I think you were the first outside investor. Originally, this is when you were with Peter Thiel at Founders Fund. What did you see that everybody else didn't? Because I remember a period where this was supposed to be a winner-take-all market. And by the way, there's still people who believe that long-term, to make this a profitable enterprise, you can't have an Uber and a Lyft constantly going at it on price.
Sure. Well, I'll answer your first question first. So back in 2012, when I invested on behalf of Founders Fund and personally, I saw three different things. One was these founders are special. John and Logan, even back then in 2012, these guys had a vision from day one of where they were taking this company, and that's now, I think, still in the first or second inning of playing out. They want to completely reinvent transportation in cities. That was evidenced by the product. They were doing peer-to-peer, regular people driving other regular people, opening up new work opportunities, new opportunities to earn money to regular people, breaking up taxi monopolies. Right. That was special back then.
And to the second question, though, this idea of a winner takes all, a lot of people look at, even the S1 talks about how much discounting, the incentives, the marketing, all of that spend, and you have it on the other end of Uber doing the same thing. Meaning, is it ever become rationalized?
I've never thought it's winner takes all. So I think it's more of a duopoly type dynamic. At this point, is someone else going to raise $4 or $5 billion, come into the U.S. market and do that? Because that's really what it would take. It's sort of a two-player market.
Do you see a path to profitability, though?
Absolutely. You see decreasing marketing costs. You see increasing revenue per rider. You see a very low churn rate on the rider side after 3 years. I think well north of 85, 86% of riders are still active on the platform. So all of the key metrics are heading in the right direction. And they've just scratched the surface in the United States in terms of market share.
You think they ultimately get into the international markets? Obviously, China and so many other markets are now already starting to get crowded.
Yeah, but the thing I've loved about Lyft from the beginning was the focus, and this really came from John and Logan of let's focus on the U.S. and winning in the U.S. and North America. And I believe they're going to continue to focus in North America. And I think, in contrast to other players, not trying to do these Napoleonic global conquests has served Lyft extremely well. I love the focus with this business.
What happens to this business after today? Meaning, you invest early, typically not in the public market. Do you stay in the stock?
Well, I don't want to give anyone trading advice, but I am bullish on the company long term and planning to be a shareholder in the business for some time.
And in terms of the economics of that business, how much of it is just focusing on the U.S. and your view of the trends that are going to take place with ride sharing versus them layering on other pieces of the business that we don't know about yet, meaning other services? They don't want to get into the eating business like Uber has, but to the extent there are other things that get layered on top.
Yeah, I don't like the laundry list layering strategy. I think that just the core ride-sharing business, I believe in 15, 20 years, less than a quarter of the population in the United States is going to be owning cars. I think ride-sharing is the future of transportation in cities, and there is a very strong bullish story based on that alone.
And final question, do you think that it's an Uber-Lyft world, or do you think it opens up in 5 or 10 years to talk about autonomous vehicles, and all of a sudden there's a whole new set of competitors?
I don't know if we're ever getting autonomous vehicles. That's my, for the record, prediction. We might never get them.
Okay. Thank you. Nice to see you. Congratulations on calling this one early. Guys, back to you.